That's one thing I keep complaining about is I've been bit 4 times now, and I can't crawl up a wall, and I can't shoot red ball.
That's what I'm saying.
You're listening to the AV-IT Amplifier. Each week, we'll feature voices and ideas that need to be amplified in the higher education and pro-AV IT communities. This show is brought to you by higheredav.com. And now here's your host, Ryan Gray.
Well, hello again, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AV-IT Amplifier. As always, my name is Ryan Gray. I am your host. And as I say every time, if it is Wednesday, your feed has been refreshed with new content. And if you're watching online, you just got apparently lightning flashed in the room of today's guest. I'm not sure. That was fun. I bet the freeze frame of that is going to look pretty good because you had a kind of a surprised look on your face. So we're back with for week 2 with my friend and now your friend, Mr. Jonathan Gunzel. Thank you, sir, for coming back again. Could you remind everybody, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Jon Gunzel. I work at Logan College. I am one of 4 techs here. Our official title is Technology Support Technician. I feel like that's a bit of a mouthful.
Well, you're right. Like, technology support technician has you might be too young to be a fan of the movie Dodgeball, but
no. How young do you am?
Oh, I have no idea. I assume everybody's younger than me now. You know what I'm saying? But that's the 4 things are dip, dodge, dive, duck, and dodge or whatever. And then the association of dodgeball, something, you know what I'm saying? So there you go. Yeah. Try not to use technology and technician in the same job title, I feel is like
I feel like that should be reworked somehow.
Yeah.
I have technology technician or just technology support.
Yeah, that's what you could do that. But in the long run, you know what I'm saying? Titles don't tell you who you are. They just tell you how much you get paid, I guess. I don't know. What are you going to do? Well, thank you for coming back for week 2 and giddy up because, sometimes people are prepped for this, sometimes they're not. So I don't really know. So I'm gonna throw one, and I haven't asked this question to many people, and I usually have a softball lead in, but I feel like we established in the last one that whatever comes up, you're like, yep, sure, great, I'm up for it. So let's put it to the test.
All right,
John.
Yeah.
What would you do if you weren't afraid to do it?
Oh, that's actually a very tough one. If I wasn't afraid to do it, I would probably have a pet spider.
Oh, good answer.
My greatest fear is and has and always will be spiders. Like, it almost crippling.
Okay.
Little bitty, like, I've gotten good at recognizing what spiders are what. So like the little ones you see just crawling up the wall, like I'll shutter and usually leave them alone. But it's the scary ones that get me, like recluse and the black widow. I've been bit 4 times by a brown recluse.
Jeez.
20 years. Yeah, they've been bad. First one was when I was in high school. I got bit on my leg, and that one I think was, and my dad will probably contradict this, but that one felt the worst. Mm-hmm. It didn't look the worst, but it felt the worst. Because I could not find a comfortable spot to lay in where it wouldn't hurt. I've been bit on my arm, and then I have actually a little scar on my nose where one got me on my nose.
Jeez.
Yeah, that one was by far the worst looking. It didn't really hurt. It kind of did. It after a few days, it started to hurt really bad. But it looked like I had just been beaten up severely.
Jeez.
Like, I had a half black eye and nose was swollen. Yeah, it was bad.
Okay, so now, you've done the work to be Spider-Man, but you didn't get the powers of Spider-Man?
That's one thing I keep complaining about is I've been bit 4 times now, and I can't crawl up a wall, and I can't shoot red ball.
That's what I'm saying. Fine. All right, spider community, you're coming after me, but they gotta hold up. Wow. Okay, so then to say you would have a pet spider, it's not that you desire to have a pet spider, but that would just be a symbol that you would overcome something. Yeah. Interesting. Because I don't know how much fun would actually having a pet spider be.
I've met a few people that are like, oh yeah, I have a pet spider. I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, no, but it's really fun and really cool. Like,
what do you do with it though?
Yeah, like the ones that they have are like the biggest spider you can have.
I mean, tarantula, right? You got to have something big,
Goliath bird-eating tarantula.
Yeah.
It's like the size of a dinner plate. It's like, well, you can't take that out. You have to have like 3 bricks on the cage to keep it in.
Right.
Like, no.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
So, well, I hope you don't get bit again. If you do, I hope finally some level of superpowers are conferred. Unless you're lying and you are Spider-Man, you're just not allowed to say that you're Spider-Man.
Yes, this might be true.
Okay.
I can't confirm or deny.
Are you Spider-Man?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Blink once. Yes. Never mind. All right. See, that was a very good. The irony is one of my other questions is what is the scariest animal? Let's see, you nailed 2. That was a 2 for 1 on that. Unless you think something else is scarier than spider.
I don't know if. I mean, a spider is scary to me, but it may not be scary to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like one that I know is generally scary, and a lot of people are afraid of them. Are great white sharks.
Yeah.
Like. Everybody that saw Jaws growing up was like, yeah, I'm not getting in the bathtub. I don't want to get in the pool. Great white shark's going to come after me. But they're actually really cool animals. Like the one thing that I would like to do, it's on my bucket list, is actually go cage diving with a great white off the coast of Australia.
Right. Well, I think, I'm not going to get into the bathtub because there's no great white. Great white sharks are pretty easy to avoid. If you don't want to run into one, you're not going to. Spiders, they everywhere. And so it's scary for a different reason.
Yeah. I think that's one reason why I'm afraid of them, because you can't really see them until they're like right on you, especially the little ones.
Yeah. Yeah. If there was just a great white shark around the corner that was going to bite your arm off, that would be different. But yeah, it's pretty easy not to accidentally run into one.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. That's fun. All right. Okay. So let's do this. I ask one question of a lot of people, and it's kind of interesting because it's interesting to me. So, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
Ooh. I think it kind of depends on the group of people that I'm around.
Okay.
When I'm around people that I don't know yet, I'm a little more introverted than I typically am. But if it's people that I know, I'm more extroverted. Like our relationship, I think, has grown. Like a lot of my relationships with other people in HETMA have grown over the past couple of years. When I first got there, I'm a little more shy and held back and reserved. So I think it's kind of a combination of both. Typically in the evenings, I do get a little more introverted. Like I just like being at home. I'm a homebody.
Okay.
Like I like home, like being with my dogs, my wife, and watching TV and not doing anything.
Just chilling. You don't have that in order to recharge, I need to get out with more people. You're good to recharge, on your own. Yeah. That's a very, people who work in technology tend to be more introverted. And so it's always interesting because there's a lot of customer service type roles in that can be tiring and taxing on people when your job might be interfacing with people all day. So how do you balance that?
I think I've kind of grown used to it because this isn't my first customer service job. Like I've been a server and a bartender for, I've been out of the game for a while, but one of my first jobs was being a server and then a bartender. And then the most recent job that I had in customer service before this was working at a liquor store. So I had a lot of that customer service interaction, and I had a lot of those interactions with our vendors too. They would come in and look at the shelves and see what we needed. So I'd talk with them and get to know them and get to know their products too. So I think I'm kind of used to it. And that's kind of second nature for me now, is that whole customer service vibe. Like, hey, what can I do to help you? What do you need? What can I do in my limits? Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously you're conditioned to it. And I think, like you said, server, bartender, those things are going to prep you for that life, faster than almost anything else.
Oh yeah, there are days that I feel like I have bad days here where it just gets taxing and overwhelming and just draining, and then I kind of have to remember, these weren't bad as some of the days that I had as a server.
Yeah.
There was a few days as bartender where somehow I always got picked to be the bartender on Monday holidays.
Yeah,
I was the day shift bartender, so I had the whole bar and then 9 tables around the bar. and then had to make the drink. So I would just sit there and just do a loop inside the bar, go outside the bar again and make drinks and
just hustle and hustle.
Yeah. Those were the super draining days.
Yeah. So yeah, getting yelled at by a professor is still not the same as all that sometimes.
Getting yelled at by someone who didn't get their ranch properly.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, getting in between people and their ranch though, that's a dangerous spot to be sometimes.
It's a dangerous spot to be.
Because some people take ranch very seriously. And I'm not saying anything bad about these people. I respect ranch and all that it stands for, but I've seen people for whom it is a very serious situation.
Yeah.
Okay, then let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Most restaurant ranch is always way better than any ranch you can get in the store somewhere.
Yeah.
How do we get the real ranch?
I know with the restaurant that I worked at, I think we made it in-house.
Yeah.
Usually some sort of ranch powder mix plus buttermilk and mayonnaise.
Got it. They're doing it on your own.
So, I mean, even if you were to go to like your grocery store and buy like Hidden Valley Ranch powder mix and then just follow the directions back, it tastes better than their bottles.
Than the regular. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always assumed like and I'm sure there are like some place you can get like a restaurant supply ranch, but I'd have to buy like a gallon, like 20-gallon drum of it at a time or something like that.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it.
So
now I know some places they might have theirs shipped in, it pre-made and already in a bag so that they can add it to whatever serving dish they need to.
But they're getting it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad.
Yeah, they have a proprietary blend.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's has everything is their own proprietary blend of things.
Right.
Ingredients.
Well,
And they've got that lock and key.
I'm just going to have to organize a ranch heist then to get this done, I think. Okay. In the movie of your life, what actor plays you?
It's got to be someone who can grow a good beard.
Yeah.
It can't be faked.
Oh, I know who. Hold on. All right. Keep going.
Okay.
Don't stop.
Chris Evans.
Yes.
I like Chris Evans. Chris Evans would be good. Or Jensen Ackles.
Who? Wait.
Oh. Jensen Ackles. He was Supernatural. Dean Winchester in Supernatural.
Okay.
And he was in The Boys. He was we just started watching it and I can't remember his name now. He's like, he plays basically a anti-hero Captain America. And he fits the part. Like
yeah.
If Evans
I know who you're talking about. I've seen. Yeah. Okay, but but he doesn't have a beard in that show, right?
He kind of has a little bit of scruff.
Okay. Well, you don't have a little bit of scruff, brother. I don't know.
No, but you could tell when someone like, okay, you could grow a beard.
Yeah, you could. Okay, you could do it. Here, I'm gonna. All right. So this is a random question. Are you watching Game of Thrones?
No, not yet.
All right.
We haven't started that yet.
Oh, that did not work at all. There's no better audio content than, hey, can you see the thing that's in the chat? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's pumped about that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's got a good beard. I could deal with that.
That's what I'm saying. That's Tormund Giantsbane. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's a hoss in that show.
That Norwegian accent too when he plays me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. All right, so casting may be open, but yeah, they're gonna have to have a respectable beard, and it can't be like it's gonna have to be red. It's gonna have to have the whole thing. Like if I'm not convinced you can take a tree down in 4 swipes, I don't think it's gonna work for you.
It can't be glued on. It has to be naturally grown.
Yes. All right. Perfect. And then on that front, because again, I mean, maybe people ask, maybe people don't, but since we're on the topic of your beard. You have, as long as I've known you, chosen to do the mustache side curl, which I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah, the just curly cute mustache, handlebar mustache.
Yeah. Okay. Where did that go? How come? What's going on?
So I started that just to get my mustache out of my mouth. I didn't want to trim my mustache. Like, you know, some guys can pull that off where they've trimmed their mustache, but they just still have the beard. It's like I can't do that.
Right.
Like, with scissors, it makes me nervous around my face, and it cut one side off, and it'd be too short and too long. So I was just like, hey, what can I? I can get some mustache wax or something and pull it out of my face and start doing handlebar mustache. And it's like, well, I haven't really found any mustache wax that I like that works very well, because it's either A, going to pull my mustache hair out of my lip and it sucks, or wash out when I wash my beard. So luckily, one of the hair products I use is Suavecito, and they actually have a firm hold pomade. Started using that, and it worked wonders, and doesn't pull when I put it in, and washes right out. Downside is when it's humid outside, that starts breaking down. So my mustache will start just like fraying out.
Then you're just like outward poof mustache.
Yeah. But the funny thing, in Vegas, it didn't move.
Right. Dry.
Since it was dry, it just didn't move. Stayed where it was. It was nice.
Orlando,
it got
so much.
It got a little wild.
Nice. Okay, all right. So then the next question that goes along. All right. So we know who might play you. What is the title of the movie of your life?
You know, that's a good question. I haven't actually thought about that now that you've asked that. I don't know. I feel like there would have to be some reference of IT and AV in the title.
Okay, so dorky.
Yeah, a little dorky.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, we're all nerds. That's an endearing term now for us. We're all nerds. Like, let's make it nerdy. Come on.
Okay,
let's do
so
some.
then. All right. I'm going to lead back in. Let me go to another one then. So if you think the title of the movie of your life has to involve AV and IT, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the section of the multiverse in which you don't end up working in technology at all, what would you be good at? What would you be doing?
Probably sales.
Okay.
I liked when I was working in sales in a liquor store. I think that was fun.
Okay.
I got really good at selling bourbon. I think that was kind of my store manager's doing. He kind of like introduced me to bourbon a little bit, so I kind of learned all I could about bourbon at that time.
All right. So, hey, I just showed up. Hey, I'm going to a party. They told me to bring bourbon. I don't know anything about it. What can you help me? I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, and it'd be like stuff like that, or we'd get bourbon aficionados who'd come in and talk bourbon with us. Like we were that kind of store where we could talk with people about different bourbons.
So whether it's technology or bourbon, you're there to connect people with the solution that they need.
Yeah.
All right.
Or I would go work at a distillery somewhere.
Okay.
That would probably be a better job, working at a distillery somewhere.
And so they must have IT jobs at big distilleries. Maybe there's an option on that.
Yeah. I know one of the distilleries that I actually got to visit, huge distillery, has about 50 people working there.
Yeah.
Most of it's already been automated.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
It was cool to see that side.
Okay. So then because I don't know a lot about bourbon.
Yeah.
Where should I be starting in the world of bourbon?
A good one to start out with would be either Old Forester 86 proof or Elijah Craig small batch.
Okay. And if anybody's listening and they would like to sponsor the show and send some over, go ahead and do that. I don't think we have that kind of audience, though.
Yeah, well, you never know. If BC watches, he might know some connections.
He might. Yeah, but I'm just saying we've yet to have a major company reach out in interest of sponsorship. So we're still looking on that front.
That's true.
Okay. So all right. So now, all right, we're bourbon liquor store. You're a little weird to pin down the whole personality profile here. Yeah. All right. So then poker. Do you play poker?
No, I don't actually.
Why not? I think you'd probably be pretty good at it because
I was okay at Texas Hold'em,
yeah.
And that was about it. I could never get past Texas Hold'em with like 5-card draw
or any of that. Yeah.
already that. My dad grew up playing card games like with his grandparents and great grandparents, like Pinochle. He tried to get me into Pinochle one point in time, and like was doing okay at it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like on a completely different level. Like he could tell you, like he couldn't count cards, but he could count the cards that were out there, kind of. He learned the old school method and tried to teach it to me. Like, yeah, I can't do it.
No, whatever. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's one for you. You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Do you think people are generally good with a proclivity for evil, or generally evil with a proclivity for good?
Ooh, I think people are inherently good, but then the tendency of evil does come out.
Okay.
I feel like we all start out good, and then somewhere down the road it splits off and goes evil.
What's your experience? Like, why do you think that?
I think it's just how I was kind of raised. Like everybody that I knew growing up and my family, we were all, I think, good people, but we were all always told like, hey, you can do your own things, but if you make a mistake, you have to pay the consequences for it. So just a heads up on that. So I think when you learn what things are bad, and there's always that gray area too, like, oh, these are kind of bad. If we're doing like the whole D&D thing, which I haven't gotten into that. I've tried to once before, but had too much time. I think it's kind of that neutral zone, that neutral good, neutral evil. Sure, there's probably a lot of people who are going to watch this and criticize me for bringing up D&D and not getting the right terms down for it. So I do apologize.
Lawful, neutral, it's chaotic and lawful, good and evil, and then the 9 quadrants that go into it. So yeah. So if you had to put yourself on the 9 quadrants chart, where would you be?
I think it would be kind of neutral good, because I do feel like sometimes you have to do some things that aren't always good, but you have to do them with good intentions. Okay. Then on the spectrum from lawful to chaotic, where would you put yourself? Probably get in the middle. Like it's almost like anti-hero kind of.
Okay.
So you have to be able to walk that line. And I'm not saying that I do it very well, but I feel like you have to kind of walk that line of anti-hero and be able to like lead in one side or the other, just either do some good or piss some not so good people off.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So any stories about when you've pissed some not so good people off?
Yeah, nothing's really coming to mind, sadly. I think I've leaned too far good sometimes. So
I will crack you open eventually. You can keep dodging questions all you want, Gunzel.
I mean, I'm sure there was something from when I was a vocalist in a metal band. Yeah, I'm sure there was something that did come up from that. Like, you're a metal vocalist. I mean, I was 17 to 25, so yeah, I'm sure there was some rough moments that I had with people in other bands or crowds.
Right.
There's something like that.
Okay, so then metal vocalist. So, and you mentioned that before, being a front man in a metal band and doing that. So, like, first, what does this band sound like? How did it come about? Like, and to do it until 25, like, there's people that have 17, 18, and then we all went our separate ways. To do it until you're 25 is something you worked on.
Yeah, that was. It's very strenuous. Like I can't do it anymore. Like I stopped at 25. 25 was that pinnacle of, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep up anymore. It was one of those things that I enjoyed doing and I missed doing it, but I don't think I could do that again. That was a bit harsh on my voice, I think. We had a couple different sounds. Like I don't know how familiar you are with metal bands.
Not very. So lay it on me.
So we were one of the first bands that I was in. It was kind of, I don't want to say techno-y, but we were kind of, there was a couple of bands out there that used a synthesizer. So like Attack was a big one at that time. So we kind of took influence from them, Under Oath, list goes on. Nice. Really. Yeah. And as we progressed, we got a little bit heavier. We stopped doing the synthesizer and just went kind of more hardcore, straight post-hardcore metal. Yeah, it was more under oathy stuff like that.
Okay. And then vocalist, so were you writing songs, writing lyrics?
Trying to, yes.
Trying to? Okay.
Sometimes they sounded better in my head than they did on paper.
Okay. So when you went to write songs, where was that coming from? Like, where would you start to sit down and say, either there's this riff that's going through that needs vocals, or I've got something to say, here's how I'm starting.
I think it was kind of a combination of both, because a lot of my friends that we were in bands with, we usually just kind of, our guitarist either started writing something or had a riff in mind. I was like, okay, I could figure out some words to get around this, and finally got a pattern together and came up with an idea, or asked them like, hey, what are you guys feeling about this song? What are your thoughts? And tell me what you guys feel like, and I can try to come up with an idea. So we always kind of worked as a team and gave each other ideas, whether it be lyrics or riffs or rhythms, anything like that.
Yeah, great bands are real collaborative, right? Like, it's not, yeah.
We would sit there for hours on end at practice or at one another's house, just relaxing and writing music
stuff out.
Yeah.
All right. Do any of these songs that you wrote or played, do they still exist somewhere? Are they findable?
They exist. I don't. There might be some on YouTube. Actually, there might be one band. You can look up "Earn Your Stripes." I think it's EYS 618.
Okay.
He's searching for it right now.
Well, I'm just making a note just in case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that one I think does still have some of our songs still on it.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes having your creative stuff out there is awkward, but don't worry about it. It's all good. Nice. Okay. All right. Last three questions for everybody. Ready?
Okay.
Third to last question. What is a question that you wish people would ask you, but nobody ever does?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Well, that's why I ask it of people.
That is a really tough one. That is a good one. I think just mostly how you were doing. Like, a lot of my conversations on day to day is like, hey, can you help me? Hey, can I get this? Or like that. Hey, how you doing today? That type of thing. So
that's a lot of people say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a normal response for people. Yeah. But like, is it like, just check in with me before you ask me for something? Or is it like, hey, you say how you doing, but you're not actually up for the answer. Right. So why are you asking?
That's how you greet the phone. Like, most times I have to be on a phone call with a person while I'm troubleshooting their stuff. Like, there's dead air. Like, hey, how's everything going? Everything going all right with you and your home life? Oh, yada, yada, yada. That kind of thing. Just ask me how I'm doing.
Yeah.
Well, don't let dead air sit there.
So is there a feeling sometimes like, there's the tech help people and they're taken for granted. They're just objects to success. And, it's like, we don't need to worry about if they're actually doing good or not.
Yeah. They're just here to fix my computer.
Well, you people out there start treating us better. We're tired of this thing. We're people too, Now it can be like, I think everywhere people deal with that of like, service people are just not actual people. They're objects towards an objective. And
yeah, I agree.
Cool. Well, I bet that makes it different how you deal with people who are there to help you with stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anytime we go out to a restaurant, that's how I met my wife. Was we worked together at a restaurant. We were both servers, and that's how we met. So when we go out to eat, we try to pay more attention to the server, like what they're doing, even when they're not around us. Yeah. Like, hey, where are they at? What are they doing? How many other tables they have? Are we the paying table or somebody
Exactly. Else? Well, that's the fear. Like, if you can't point to the paying table, oh God, I might be the, yeah. Don't do that. Nice. Okay. Second to last question, which is, if people wanted to learn more about you or get in touch after the episode, how would they do so?
They can always email me at my school email at Jonathan Gunzel, Sorry, there's a dot in between the name. So Gunzel at jalc.edu. They can also go to my LinkedIn page. I got to pull that up, actually.
I'll say you should. Well, we'll link it in the show notes. That, you know, I'll link it for you.
Yeah, they can reach me at my LinkedIn page too. I usually have all my notifications turned on, so yeah.
Send them a message. And did I just hear you say you were going to post some more pictures of yourself on there so that people have a choice when they're creating graphics for shows that you've been on?
Yes. I can post the one picture that I took of myself at InfoComm.
There you go. All right.
With you.
Yeah. Okay. And then last question is, okay, so the old school newscasters used to have a phrase they would say when they ended their thing, like good night and good luck, or something like that, or the hosts of Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live, you know, a sign off
thing.
So
yeah.
What is Jon Gunzel's drop the mic sign off phrase?
You know, I haven't thought about this in a long time, and it kind of brings me back to a thing that I used to say. And I probably can't remember it correctly, that I used to say when my band's signing off at our last song. It was basically something to get people positive and think outward and spread love. It was always like, always love and set the world afire with it.
Thank you for listening to the AV-IT Amplifier. Join us again for next week's episode when we'll welcome a new guest who you'll want to hear from. We promise. Your host has been Ryan Gray. He's on the tweeters at Ryan_A_Gray, or find him on LinkedIn to connect. Please subscribe and give the show a rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. This show is brought to you by higheredav.com. The views expressed here are not necessarily those of our respective institutions, employers, or sponsors. Everyone hang in there, go easy, and we'll be back next week.